Though the Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct was over a week ago, my head is still reeling with just how much awesomeness was presented to us. Like most Animal Crossing players, November 5th cannot come soon enough. However, if we are being truly nitpicky, there are still yet many features that New Horizons is lacking. Hey y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice coming at you today with not a negative video, but certainly an honest one. Honestly, that Animal Crossing Direct was fantastic, and I know I'm about to sink several hundred more hours into this game. Yet I do believe I speak for many Animal Crossing fans when I say there are still yet a few features here and there that really need to come, and I hope do come at a later date. Remember, they said it was their last big free update, so that means there could still be free updates in the future, just smaller, or the obvious paid DLC. And many of these little tweaks and features I've probably brought up previously. But today I am not alone. I have brought back Daniel, or CAPTBURGERON, along for this video to help discuss these little quality of life upgrades. Welcome back, Daniel.
Hello friends, it's me Daniel, although I'm also known as CAPTBURGERON, and you may know me from the Hylian Gamescast or from my own channel. Feel free to check that out. And thank you so much to the Geek Apprentice for having me on this video. I'm just very excited to be here and talk Animal Crossing. It's a subject I unfortunately rarely touch on my own channel, but it is a game that I have put many hours into, so I do quite like the game a lot, but of course it's not perfect, right? So that's why we're here. Let's get into it. Starting off this list is something rather simple, however, you will come to find that most features on this list are merely quality of life upgrades that seem like obvious needs to us non-game developers. Anyway, this first one is the ability to craft and customize at the same time. If I have the materials to craft and also have enough customization kits in my pocket, then why not be able to select the item and its color all at once while I'm at my crafting table? Seems easy enough to me. This would save so much time and unnecessary button mashing, as we currently have to speed through menu after menu just to go from crafting to customization.
Piggybacking off of that first one, we need to be able to craft and customize in bulk. If I have enough of the materials and space in my pockets, it shouldn't be too difficult for the game to calculate and allow me to select how many of one item I'm making. At least, this sounds easy in theory, although I can't imagine what's so difficult that would prevent the developers from making this a feature. It's long past necessary. It's overdue. I'll say this now, though it goes for a few things on this list. I do understand the concept of New Horizons with it being a simple island, but that doesn't excuse making us grind for things that don't need to be a grind. Think about it. Obviously, Blathers cannot examine all 20 fossils from my pockets within 2 seconds, but he does, cause it's Animal Crossing and it'd be ridiculous to go back to the GameCube method of sending in one at a time. Thus, I see no reason to prevent us from being able to craft and customize in bulk.
Celeste is a pretty cool character, but she used to have a different role in previous games. In one installment, she had an observatory up top her brother's museum. At this observatory, you could connect stars to create your own constellations, and when you were moseying around town in the evening, if the timing was right, you could see that constellation in the sky. While Celeste has a fun part to play in New Horizons, it certainly could be broadened. Bring back the observatory for one thing, then just have her roam the island whenever she believes we will get a shower of shooting stars. Or I don't know, something else? Either way, her involvement is much too small at the current.
Remember in Animal Crossing City Folk when we were introduced to the shopping cart? You know, basically the Animal Crossing version of a debit card. Load it with money from your bank account, take it to the city, now you have all the bells you need without filling your pockets. And there was a machine there in case you needed more money to load onto your card. Yeah, we need that again. In the beginning, I could understand why New Horizons didn't have it. It's an island, and really the only time you need it is to help buy those ridiculously expensive items like the crown. But now? Well, now that we are getting the vendors on Harv's Island, this item, the shopping card, needs to exist. It's sorely needed now.
With this being the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, it would be awesome to receive the same treatment that the Mario franchise did. Not to mention, there were a plethora of cool Zelda items in previous games already. It would be nice to get some of those back, and then some.
In New Leaf, we had the ability to find just one rock full of different colored crystals, instead of just golden nuggets. Those crystals were used to help us get Cyrus to customize our items. Maybe they're not necessary anymore, but they were cool looking and it'd be cool to bring them back in some way. Thank you, by the way, to Chublima for reminding me of these.
Many players have taken to making their own public dump sites, if you will. This used to exist in the GameCube Animal Crossing, and it would be nice to bring something like this back. If anything, you could make a recycle box on our island that all visitors could access, as the bin inside of resident services is for island residents only.
The final feature on this list is the Add to Cart. Whether it's wanting all the colors of a piece of clothing from the Able Sisters or multiple items from Nooks, why is it so hard to put in an Add to Cart button? We've all been there, right? You want multiple colors of a hat from the Able Sisters, but you have to keep leaving the dressing room and re-entering in order to get it. Or even in Nooks, just selecting buy a pack of 5 for the custom kits isn't enough. I need like 12 packs of 5, especially with all the new stuff we're going to be able to do. This is something my mom and I have discussed many times, and I think it makes perfect sense. Developers, please add this one in. A tiny adjustment that could make a huge difference.
So, what do you all think of these ideas? Would you like to see the developers implement these changes and upgrades into New Horizons? Or do you think we're being too nitpicky? We do love the game and are thrilled about the updates coming soon, but we'd all be lying if we denied the needs Animal Crossing still has. Either way, let us know down in the comments section below. And thank you again to the Geek Apprentice for having me on this video. I'm so excited to be here talking Animal Crossing with you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again. And to those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.
Thank you again so much to Daniel for joining this video, y'all. Please check out his stuff. I will have it all linked in the description down below. It's also really cool to have the different perspectives on an Animal Crossing video. You know, mine being that I've been playing since the GameCube Animal Crossing, but then also having someone like Daniel who New Horizons was his first time playing. So again, thank you so much for joining, Daniel. And as always, thank you so much to my amazing patrons, especially those in the highly end tier like Joking Batman and Code and Data. Y'all's support is fantastic. Thank you oh so much. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.